celebrity voices. Listener discretion is advised.
Hear me now, understand me tomorrow, girly man. It's the Devil You Know podcast. Open your ears so I don't have to reach down your throat and rip out your goddamn spine.
That's my Arabic welcome to the devil you know.
It's funny. It's only the women that make that sound, right?
Yeah. It's is it the women that do that one? Or do they all do that?
I think the women do it, yeah.
Is it kind of like a reverse wolf call?
Yeah.
Reverse wolf whistle?
It's a reverse something.
Oh,
Episode 33, man. Episode 33.
Yeah, how you doing?
Very, very nice.
I'm
hungover. Not that bad, though. Just a little headache.
Oh, you know what fixes that? The drink.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's true.
Usually. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say vagina.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
It fixes everything.
Yeah. So, anyway, crazy shit going on, John.
Yeah, man. I keep seeing all this crazy
the world. I heard
shit.
something about, like an alligator grabbed an AR-15 and
shot a Muslim, something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that.
No, a Muslim's kid, right?
Yeah.
Fucking crazy world we live in, and it's all Walt Disney's fault.
It is, yeah, absolutely. No, it's fun because I live now in the town that gunman is from, which is kind of fucked up. I'd never heard of Port St. Lucie until I moved here, and then all of a sudden we're on the map. Hey, we're moving up.
Assalamu alaikum.
Any violence, whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, it seems like the internet, of course, and the news is just full of people who can only see one side or the other. I tend to see a little bit from each side, but I don't know. How do you feel about the whole controversy? It's all the guns' fault. It's got to be because it's AR-15s are supposedly, that's like the weapon of fear instilling.
Why would they make a weapon? I mean, why would I'm not saying like manufacturer. I'm talking about like the government. They want to make people think that this gun that's really good to shoot rabbits with is big, high powered. It's not. It's a 223, man. It's not. It's a very tiny little thing. It's not like. Trust me, I wouldn't want to get shot with it. I wouldn't want to get shot with a rubber band. But I mean, it's just it looks mean.
You know, it's funny. It is because this, and I found this kind of interesting actually. The other day, I was watching online, even though I already saw it in the theater. I was watching the new Captain America Civil War movie, and at the beginning of the movie, they're like getting ready to, I guess, take on these armed guards, and they're spying on them through binoculars. And Captain America's counting all the things that he sees, and one of them he lists is they're all carrying AR-15s, and I was like, really? These are military people that you're talking about. And like, it's kind of funny how like Hollywood, I would have noticed it except all this controversy on the news. But now that I've heard all this crap and I'm watching the movie again, I hear him say that, I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. You just said that because it's in the script, but because it's somebody put it in the script because it's scary.
Yeah. It's and this whole assault rifle thing, it's ridiculous. The assault rifle is like this Staugermeier, where I can't pronounce it, but it's like the STG-44. It was created by Hitler. Was labeled the assault rifle, and now, people look at that and take advantage of it and say, "Oh, look, we can make something sound worse than it is by calling it an assault rifle." And they say semi-automatic assault rifle. That sounds scary to some people, but I have a lot of firearms. I know all about them. Semi-automatic just means you pull the trigger and a round is discharged.
Yeah,
that's the fucking idea, dude. I mean, it doesn't, it doesn't come out and get all freaking crazy. I just don't get it. But the internet and the government, it's fucking wacky. The internet gives people a voice, so they've got to all pipe in and say what they would do in that situation or what should be done to these people. And
really, like, I mean, one man with, if it was only one man, who knows what I hear different shit, but if one man did the same thing, but he went in with 2 handguns, and a couple magazines, two good handguns, he could do the same amount of damage. I mean, there's, in fact, maybe more, because you'd have 2 fingers, pulling semi-auto, so you can actually do more damage with 2 small pistols.
Yeah, and the politicians and the people who have the anti-gun agenda folks, they look at this and say, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. So they make you focus on one side of the story, which is totally askew, and a lot of people don't realize that the fact that this was done in a place that didn't allow guns, a gun-free zone. All these things are happening in a gun-free zone or in a place where there's stringent gun laws, unconstitutional gun laws that prevent people from protecting themselves in these situations. I mean, I'm thinking, if this happened in, like, say, my neighborhood, you get some crazy guy firing off a gun, he's probably going to fire 2-3 shots before one of us just stops him. You know what I mean? And that's it, it's done. But it's just crazy. You can't bring your firearm with you into this nightclub. And I understand the alcohol thing, but
I mean, that would, I don't know. I mean, playing in clubs and bands for years, I mean, I've never thought to bring a firearm into it. Like, it would be weird to me to even think that somebody brought a gun to a club, I mean, granted, of course, that's what, these situations, nobody expects these situations. So, the idea is to be prepared at any time. But still, I mean, like, it's not surprising to me to hear, that, clubs, nightclubs or whatever are gun-free zone, because shit, man, I mean, I've been in some bar fights before, so, I can understand why they could say, hey, look, let's not bring the guns in here,
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, then you should have an armed, sober guard, or something that's, I don't know. I mean, it's easy to say that after something like this happens, but I mean, most of the time we go to bars and we don't see anybody armed there protecting us, and we don't think that it's necessary.
I know a lot of people that are armed in the bars. I am. I just don't drink. We have a law here where you're allowed to carry your firearm in a place that serves alcohol if you're not drinking. So I can go with friends and be like the designated driver or something. And
designated shooter.
Well, I hope that never has to happen, but at least if somebody came in all crazy and stupid, or Muslim, which, it's all the same thing, I guess, came in and did this bullshit, I could, at least make the decision to run to safety or take a shot and stop them and be the hero. I mean, I can't say, I do this. I don't know what I would do. It's, nobody knows what they would do until the situation arises. Then you're like, what are you doing? But it's one of those things. It sucks. I feel bad for the families that have to, be the victims of theistic religious extremists, and that's what sucks. We need tech, man. Theistic extremist control. That's what we need.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of those things that, of course, people are going to have, always going to have a hard time with is, of course, you can say that maybe most Muslims aren't like that, but, you could say the same thing about most Christians, but let's face facts. Their books say some shitty things, including, that it's cool to, homosexuals are abomination, and, amongst other people. So I mean, regardless of whether you say that your religion, that the way most of you practice it is peaceful, your doctrine still says, that, I mean, shit, the Bible okayed rape, there's some horrific stuff in there.
There's more violence in the Bible than a Quentin Tarantino movie.
It's some sick stuff too, man. Like, bring me, 1,000 foreskins, kind of, that kind of shit in there. So, dude,
that's in the Torah, isn't it?
No, that's in the Bible. It's
the Old Testament.
I mean, the Old Testament's, God was angry back then. He was going through, some angst, some teen angst, I think.
Yeah.
So.
It's funny.
But yeah, I mean, of course, so that's, of course we're trying to ignore that. But I do think that, I mean, it does seem like maybe Muslims they haven't caught up to the times the way Christianity has. Either that, or maybe it just hasn't been Americanized enough, because there was a time, where Christianity would, burn witches or, have Inquisition. I mean, they did some horrible shit too. And now, of course, it's easy for them to point the finger, but, I mean,
these religions,
they're all fucked up.
I know these religions are primitive. They're very primitive, and they have no place in a civilized society. No place.
Exactly.
I
totally agree.
Yeah, they're running around over there. I watched a video where our U.S. Army was trying to teach them how to do fucking jumping jacks, and they couldn't do it. I mean, I don't know. You could teach a chimpanzee to do a jumping jack, and these Iraqi
it's not just
soldiers,
white people that don't have any rhythm. Is that what you're saying?
Right. It's right. There are brown people that can't dance. It's it's crazy, man. It's just they're dumb. You know what I mean? It's not stupid. It's not a lack of knowledge. They're just dumb, and there's a big difference. And they're still believing that this God up there will give them 72 virgins for harming other people. And I mean, what kind of God is that? Trust me, if that was how it was, if that God really did exist, and like there was proof of that God exists, and he's like doing this stuff, anybody with a reasonable mind would be like, "Fuck you."
Well, I kind of thought the same thing about. I saw some guy, he posted today on Facebook, a Christian guy who said something about you think your God's so weak that he makes you. I can't remember, something about along the lines of, you have to die for your God, but my God died for me. And I thought, well, that makes your God kind of sound like a pussy, if I was going to have a God, I want him to be badass, like he doesn't even know I exist,
like Crom. Yeah,
exactly. Like, the hell with you. Yeah,
exactly. Rip out your spine.
Yeah, so I can't even respect that. I mean, it's kind of like, well, he's kind of weak, and plus, I mean, you're claiming that he died for you, but it was a 3-day nap for a guy who supposedly lived forever. That's not much of a sacrifice anyway. So.
Yeah,
but but why apply logic to this? This ridiculous religions that obviously make no sense.
I know. It's just the Christians did it. They did the whole mass murder thing. Muslims are doing it. They've been doing it for thousands of years, man. And it's got to stop before it kills somebody.
I think they just haven't been exposed to enough porn. I think that's what it is. Now they're coming over here. They're starting to get exposed to a little bit more porn. Because, I mean, let's face it, the Christians, that they can say that, that it's bad, but they're checking it out just as much as anyone. That's why they're mellowed out,
What they need to do
kind of
is probably, here I am. What they need to do is increase the value of their dinar, place some randomly placed prostitutes all over the country, and everybody will chill the fuck out, dude.
Dang.
They're just pent up.
It's got to get the poisons out of the building,
Yeah. All right, I think we've everyone's like, guys, move on.
Yeah. All right, let's do that.
Let's do that.
A listener submitted this, so I have to play it.
Why are you going through my stuff, dude?
I find this. It looks evil.
Oh, that. It's a sigil of Baphomet from I, Satanist.
Well, I don't like it. It's scary.
Well, it's magic. Didn't you know?
Really? What does it do?
It makes your dick bigger. See?
Oh wow, that's huge. How does it work?
First, you put your junk on a low table, like the nightstand here. Then, you hold the sigil of Baphomet in your left hand and chant, "By the power invested in me by Satanist.com, I command that Satan Lucifer make my member grow."
And that's it?
No, you have to hit your meat and potatoes with a hammer.
Really?
You saw mine, didn't you?
I want to try it.
There's a hammer right over there.
Okay.
Go for it.
By the power invested in me by iSatanist.com, I command that Satan Lucifer make my member grow.
Dumbass. Go to www.isatanist.com and check out their badass LED Sigil of Baphomet wall plaques. And while you're there, take a look at the new Wolf's Rune rings. And since iSatanist is the highest embodiment of satanic products, check out the new and improved Church of Satan rings and pendants. All you have to do is go to www.isatanist.com. Not smash your genitals with a hammer.
Oh, it hurts.
Hail Satan!
The Law of Gyps.
Law number 15. Indulgence is icing on my cake, never salt on my wound. Fun, enjoyment, indulgence, passion for life should make you feel better in such a way that allows you to enhance your own well-being. Your indulgence should never be something that puts you in blatantly self-destructive, suicidal territory. Asinine things like hard drug abuse and criminal activity are a recipe for disaster, putting one in a situation of physical, mental, and possibly legal trouble. Death-defying physical stunts and the like are best suited for those who rigorously prepare themselves to undertake bold ventures and are fully prepared to take responsibility and deal with any of the consequences or ramifications that come their way. Balance factor, perspective, and self-awareness are crucial when considering one's own vessels for rowing through a river of pleasure. That way your indulgence will allow you to get ahead rather than fall overboard. If your life is a good party, make it last and keep it going for as long as you can. Preaching to the choir for some, but certainly an eye-opener for a few others. Hail Satan.
All right, John. So for episode 33, you know, sometimes when you're doing a podcast, you got to look back at your roots and you got to think, who the fuck was the first guy to come up with an idea for doing a satanic podcast?
That's right. And the only answer we came up with was Magister David Harris, everyone.
Are you guys going to hang that shit on me? God.
What's happening?
How goes it?
How are you, gents?
Very nice.
All right.
Feel that preamble. I'm going to make the trailblazer.
Yeah, you know, but that's, I mean, that was...
Everyone's got a podcast.
Yeah.
It's all good, though, man. It's like,
Yep. All five of us. But
it's inspired some folks to record themselves. There's an entire organization of people who are inspired by my idiocy.
you're like the Led Zeppelin of podcasts, dude.
I'm like the monkeys of podcasting. Jeez, I never forget. 3 Talkers Magazine's awards. I'm number one in my number one in the religion and spirituality. My podcast host, and I never made a fucking dime off of podcasting. Could never make money.
And yet you came back to it.
I did. I came back to it.
There are people that made a dime?
Oh, yeah, there are actually people that make a living doing this shit.
Yeah, actually, yeah. You got to get sponsors and shit. But
yeah, you have to actually get salespeople. When you actually hire salespeople, you actually have to go out and sell. Like, oh, I want to help you. Can I be on the air? Well, no, I need salespeople.
The Devil You Know podcast brought to you by Diablo Hot Sauce. That's great.
Yeah, I tried several times to hire salespeople, and it just never happened. Sucks. No one wants to be. Everyone wants to be involved in the creative aspects of whatever the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
whether it's podcasting or filmmaking or whatever. No one wants to handle the business. Nobody.
We don't. So
I do. I do. I kind of like.
No,
that
I
shit.
said we don't want to.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
All right, gotcha. Yeah, actually, John handles pretty much all of it. I just kind of show up. It's not hard at all. So
Great.
Dorian's like, I don't understand why John's so stressed all the time.
it's so tough.
I'm gonna.
Like nothing.
No, actually, that's why. Because I used to do a podcast before, and I did everything, and so like this one was supposed to be a simple one, and John's like, "No, let's make it awesome." I was like, "All right, go ahead."
I'm actually giving myself a raise. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
It's but you know you do it because you enjoy it, and you know
Yep.
and at least I'm literally now at a point where I just, if I turn on a mic, if I feel like being funny, I'll be funny. If I feel like being stupid, I'll be stupid, poignant, whatever. I could not give less of a shit. It's just because at that point, if I try to make it something that it's not, it's just not fun. And if it's not fun, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, we feel the same.
For anybody living under a rock who doesn't know, you've restarted your podcast as sex song cinema.
Yeah, I wanted to break away slightly from what I've been doing in the past, Satanism Today and hate speech radio, and really just kind of be like, what am I? I'm almost 40. What am I interested in? Mm-hmm. I'm burnt out on politics, although you'd never know it from my Facebook feed. I just want to talk about movies, and I just want to make movies, and you talk about music and
I know how you feel.
Fucking and it's just stuff that's fun for me.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I heard from your last episode that it sounds like Heather's trying to sneak her name into the title.
Yeah, it's kind of I have to put the kibosh on that. Trying to sneak her name. The title.
What'd she say? Fuck you. Fuck you.
She basically said she's got the same kind of ego, so that's why she wants her name in it. So.
Exactly. I've made her the full producer of the show. Like she's now going to do John's job, and I'm going to be Dorian. I'm just going to sit back and talk.
It's a good gig. It's a good gig.
My only way to get back at him is to make him stay up late.
Yeah, no shit, right?
I know. Freaking West Coast people.
Enough about us. What have you been doing lately? What's going on?
Smut. Lots of smut.
It's a good thing, though. Yeah.
Yes. 3 years ago, I had no idea how much fun I would have making smut. It's really probably the most fun I've had since I found out I was good at radio. I started shooting for Dominatrix in Queens like 3 or 4 years ago. She and I had been friends, and she'd been a guest on our podcast. And she was looking for a camera guy because hers had failed, and so I lied and told her I knew how to run a camera.
That's awesome.
And turns out I was kind of good at it, so it just kind of evolved from there. She showed me how to make porn, and I eventually branched out on my own and started making the films that we're making now, and it's been a blast. I love doing it. It's absolutely. I've so fallen in love with filmmaking and making adult films. It's so much fun.
I mean, I would imagine it would be fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything else. It's a grind. You gotta work. You gotta hustle. You gotta promote. You gotta network.
Yeah.
It's like any other job. It just happens to be one that I found that I enjoy.
Yeah, I know how you feel, man. Marlene and I do the film thing, and it's freaking addicting and awesome. We just can't get into the smut realm, It's
well, hopefully you never have that feeling where you're just like, if I see one more vagina.
Yeah, exactly. So, something on Burt Reynolds in the middle of Boogie Nights. He's like, fuck her in the ass.
So now is your position with that directing?
Yeah, directing, obviously producing because I foot the bill for it, and I
DP, editor.
Yeah, DP. Editor. Occasionally,
Not the DP everyone else is thinking about. It's
No.
director of photography. Yeah.
Occasionally, I'll get in front of the camera, but I think I maybe like 3 or 4 times I have.
Is the pizza delivery guy or?
No, usually it's just some authoritarian figure wielding some sort of an implement to smash into a young lady's posterior.
Ah, nice.
Awesome. Do you ever spank to your own spanking videos?
There's a couple of them that I've
During editing.
like you'll do that. Here's what I really enjoy about doing this, particularly in the fetish genre, the spanking genre. I really like a nice tight close up of somebody's face as they're getting their ass beaten.
Yeah.
That's my money shot when I'm shooting these. I love a nice close up on a face of somebody in peril.
I mean, money shots usually are a close up on a face, right?
Yes, they are. But again,
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I get the joke.
You made a reference.
You made a haha.
Again, you're shooting fetish films. There's no penetration. There's no sex. So so obviously there's a different type of money shot depending on what kind of fetish film you're shooting. And for spanking, it's usually tight shot on the ass, and then the second one is the tight shot of the face as it's being beaten and just the wincing in pain.
Yeah, and a nice little overdub of "aye."
I've been lucky. Just about everyone I've hired has made good noises. I do very little sound editing.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, that's another good.
It's lucky, actually. Yeah,
because it's all natural. It's fantastic. You're not faking it. You're really hitting them.
Is there a pretty good market for fetish?
Yeah, that's pretty much at this point. If you're starting out, if you're a small independent producer in the adult genre, that's pretty much the only way you're gonna make money.
Right.
Is producing fetish films. The cost involved in shooting full-on hardcore is not cost prohibitive to somebody who's a really small independent producer, unless you've got some sort of unless you've got a bankroll.
Right.
Sure.
So like anything else, you got to work up to it. But the fetish stuff is fantastic. It moves, it sells.
Does the amount of free access on the internet, does that hinder that sometimes?
Of course it does. A lot of people getting their pornography for free, through the tube sites and whatnot. Although it's starting to even out, because what you've got going on now, you've got producers who are now working with the tube sites, providing them with content that then drives traffic to the pay sites. And now the tube sites are actually starting to work with producers, both large and small, with DMCA takedowns. If somebody's pirating your stuff, they're generally pretty good about getting it off their site if you file a complaint. So it's starting like everything else. Like when the internet was developed, everything was just the Wild West, and everyone just started sharing everything.
Yeah, I read about that. I know.
Yeah, 20 years later, we're starting to get the hang of it, and it's starting to level out. We're starting to use those free sites to our advantage. I've got a bunch of trailers up on X videos, because I shoot mostly like 15 to 20 minute scenes, and so I'll throw like a 3-4 minute trailer up for free, and then you push it back to my store, and you can buy the full scene.
Nice.
I said it first.
Can we put some sound bites in this show?
Yeah.
In the background of that?
Yeah.
Some spanking sounds in?
Are you looking for a free video, Dorian?
No. The sound.
You're my friend. You can ask. I'll give you a few.
Wait, I didn't want a spanking. Is that what you thought?
You need a good spanking.
Spanker.
Wait,
that don't sound right either.
We'll make it custom. Can't do that for free.
All right.
Isn't that hot now? Like people are making like custom videos for people with their name, like oh Dorian, all that shit in there, right?
There's a lot of
POV stuff, point of view.
Yeah, a lot of POV. A lot you see that a lot in the jerk off instruction genre. You just see some
Here's how you choke your chicken. Yeah,
exactly. No, it's not like a step by, but like some dominatrix be like, "You dirty little fucking piggy, you jerk that small cock," and fucking dudes love that shit. This is what I don't understand about why you hear a lot of bitching amongst the alt-right and men about the rise of the beta male, about how men are not men anymore, and about how fucking men are just giant pussies. I say, bring that on, because those dudes are buying my porn.
All the cuckolds. Yeah,
exactly, because they can't go out and pick up a chick. They're too nervous and they don't know how to talk, so they'll just stay home and jerk off on the internet.
Yeah, and there's a lot of guys that are very alpha male, very large 12 o'clock types, and they enjoy getting humiliated. Some, or having the fantasy of that humiliation and stuff.
Yeah, well,
I think it's just a decompression,
exactly. That's them exercising their demonic.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, it happens. You see that a lot. You see a lot of guys who are captains of industry that are prime decision makers in the fields that they're in. They go home, they go into the bedroom, and they just want to relinquish control. They don't want to fucking. They want to be tied down and fucking told what to do and treated like a dirty little fucking bitch, and and that's how it goes. And vice versa too. You see the secretary who's just sit there very meek and mild at her job. She's taking shit from the boss and the fucking VP and the fucking delivery guy, and she just eats shit all day long. She goes home, she fucking puts on a leather corset, puts on a fucking mask, and just whips the shit out of her husband.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. You know what I'm seeing a lot of too, or I'm reading a lot about is the what's funny. No, the ruined cum shots, like where you're about to like unleash, and it's like she stops and doesn't touch it. What the fuck is her problem?
Oh, that's cruel.
Yeah, it sucks. Fucking ruined orgasms are the worst. I fucking
that's awful.
Fucking that's tragic, and that takes a fucking that's a real beta male kind of thing. It's again that whole genre. Millennial males are into being humiliated, dominated, and just made to feel like shit. And it stems from the culture that they live in. It's where
because they're Muslims.
Exactly.
No, dude, I want to be like a lawn sprinkler, and but if you ruin it, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Yeah, exactly. You see this, guys in their their early to mid 20s who are basically being told that masculinity is toxic and you should just be think things through. Don't be an aggressive male. Check your privilege. Ugh.
I'm a fucking Viking. Eat this dick.
Exactly. It's not my deal. But again, those dudes are buying my movies. So
yeah.
So I bring on more of them, and that's the other thing. Here's a weird phenomenon that I've noticed. All of those feminist women who are telling these men that masculinity is toxic and to be more in the background and they're fucking alpha males.
They're fucking alpha males, or they are alpha males.
They are having sexual congress with alpha males.
Huh.
So the whole system falls in on itself because you have an entire youth culture talking about toxic masculinity. Meanwhile, the people perpetrating that very stereotype are out copulating in the opposite direction. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, I would think it would be more interesting as a filmmaker to have the strong female character. I think it would just be more interesting.
Yeah, strong female characters are fun. Like it could be. Yeah. I mean, even though femdom porn has been around for ages, but it's still such a taboo. I mean, look at what we did. The whole hullabaloo about the X-Men billboard.
Oh my God.
where you have the hero of the fucking movie, who happens to be a woman, being shown to be in peril at the hands of the chief protagonist. The fact that they're sitting there going, this perpetrates violence towards women. No, you can't have it both ways. You can't demand a strong female character, which I support. I think there needs to be more of them. But you can't have that and then have them not be in peril.
Yeah.
The hero in peril has been a staple of marketing superhero movies and comic books since the first one was fucking written.
Well, and whoever the hero of any story is, I mean, Rocky has to get knocked down on the mat a few times before he gets back up and wins the fight.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to be. If you're gonna be a hero, you can't be coddled. You can't be babied. No, you got to get your ass kicked. It happens.
Yep.
I see a lot of films. I mean, I keep saying see. I read about these films that No, anyway, fuck, that's all dead. But anyway, where like they're doing like a lot of cuckold shit and there's a lot of role playing, weird little things going on. But the filmmaker is always showing the point of view or the perspective of the cuckold.
Yeah.
And I want to see. So you can do this because I'm not making these films. I'm going to do real films. You know, I mean, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, wait, I didn't mean to say it like that. You know what I mean? Like a
you want to make
socially acceptable films.
Go fuck yourself.
No, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like a just commercial type of films. You know, out there, mainstream stuff. But where I want to see a one where the point of view from the guy that's helping her with the cuckold thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so a cuckold porn from the bull's perspective.
Right. Because that's nobody's doing that. So that one's for free. I got other ideas if you want.
Sounds like a gold mine.
Yeah.
Go.
All right.
Funny.
Yeah, well, the thing. Well, do you know why you've never seen? I think I'm pretty sure it does exist. It ends up being just a POV gay blowjob. Because that's usually where cuckold porn goes. Usually,
Well, that's what John wants to see, though.
No, I just never. Hold on, let me. I'm editing this out. Fuck this. No, but that's not what I meant. No, you know what I mean. Just where it's like a fantasy type of thing where you're like you got this guy's girl and you're doing what you want to her, or what he can't do to her, and she's getting off on it. That's fucking hot, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't find that gay at all.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is a lot of cuckold porn goes into the bisexual territory where the guy, the cuck is such a piece of shit that he's got to suck the bull's dick.
Yeah, and I'm not into that.
Yeah,
that's not for me.
Cuck porn goes there a lot.
He could watch her do it. That's about it.
Save that for horns.
Yeah, that's right. That's awesome. Yeah, funny. So.
Yeah.
We hear you're a Satanist.
I sure am. I sure am one of them there Satanists.
Tell us about the podcast.
Sex, Song, Cinema, and Satanism, like I said, it's basically just me fucking pontificating about stuff that I find interesting at the moment. Usually either a movie I saw, something I heard.
Sex you had, right.
Sex stories, my films, interview the models I have in, other Satanists, other comedian friends that I have, just whoever the fuck can get on.
Yep.
Whoever I'm interested in talking to about whatever it is I happen to be interested in talking about at the moment. I know I gotta have. I keep meaning to schedule him. Robert Leuthold and I want to do a whole thing because we're both big Queen fans and we want to like dissect A Night at the Opera. And just go through it and talk about how amazing that album is,
right.
Just because I fucking want to.
Right. Yeah. Hey, it's your podcast. You can do what you want.
Yeah, exactly. Been doing fucking podcasting, trying to entertain other people for fucking 15 years. Now I'm doing it to entertain myself.
I even heard you on the latest episode of The Accusation Party. You opened that one up, huh?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And I found it very interesting that the guy who suffers from the genetic disorder did the intro for the pro eugenics show.
You read a piece from George Bernard Shaw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole episode.
Stress that.
What?
Yeah.
I think there's something wrong with my mic. Don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, because I talk about it every now and again. I've got this fucking awful skin disorder. It's genetic. And I'm like, oh, this is for the eugenics show. That's kind of funny. The guy who was selectively chosen not to have children because he's fucking got this horrible genetic thing.
It's responsible.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah, personal responsibility. It's a funny thing.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna put out an episode sometime this week. We're going to have an interview with the models we just shot with. Holly Flynn and her husband Prospero. Those of you may know Prospero from Aden's Satanic Warlock calendar. Holly Flynn is his wife, and they shot their first spanking scene with us. It was very, very cool. It came out awesome. I just put it out tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's up in the clip store now, and some photos are out there on the Twitter.
Twitter sphere.
In the Twitter sphere, the only place that's still completely pornography friendly, that and Tumblr.
Yeah. Tumblr's got everything, right?
Such bullshit fucking people flagging photos because there's a fucking tit. It's so annoying. You can't.
Yeah, it is weird how people get bent out of shape so much.
I know. Damn Muslims. What's their problem?
No, right?
That's the only way they can stay uptight.
Yeah, they hate the nipple. Those fucking.
That's how you keep your killer instinct, by never seeing a breast.
Just start beating infidels with your turgid cock.
Damn it! Yeah.
I'm never going to come. You son of a bitch!
I can't put down the magazine.
Cork sucking assholes. All right.
Cocky son of a dick.
Son of a beach, shoot. Right.
Fucking sexual repression in spirituality is just so it's at this point. Why is it even a fucking? Why are the monotheistic religions even a fucking thing at this point? Given how repressed sexually these fucking people are. This dude that shot up the goddamn nightclub in Orlando, gay Muslim who hated the fact that he was a gay Muslim, and I guess chose Allah over dick, and just decided to fucking shoot a bunch of people. It's disgusting. It's absolutely abhorrent.
That's what we talked about in our intro of this episode. We were talking about that thing, man. It's just
what was the conclusion you drew, Jim?
It was a stick figure. What I drew a stick figure, but
named conclusion.
We just theistic
Religion
extremism
sucks,
is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
these people need to be euthanized.
Yeah, between this guy and the Christian dude that shot up the Planned Parenthood,
or at least they need to get laid, and maybe they would mellow out.
I think that was this dude's problem, was that he was too fucking.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
freaked out by the fact that he wanted dick in his ass.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably choose Allah over that too, but that's just me.
Well, that's because you're a straight man and find dick abhorrent.
I don't find my dick abhorrent, but yeah.
Well, no, you never find your own dick abhorrent.
No, it's sexy.
Exactly. You just show it off.
That's what POV is for.
Say sweet, loving things to it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me.
Play tricks on it. It plays tricks back. It's crazy.
Exactly. It's like, oh, you spit in my eye again.
You got me. Yeah. But I saw you post something too about the gun thing or something. You were asking about, or you were you're asking everyone if
just add one little fucking question to the background check.
Yeah.
Do you believe in an external deity? Anybody checks yes, you don't get a fucking gun. solves everything.
Yeah, I'm down with that one.
Yeah, just because if you value the life that is here now, which obviously we as Satanists do, and atheists do, I'm assuming, I don't know, and you're not looking for some life in the hereafter, then you're gonna think twice about getting involved in a gunfight. You're gonna hang on to that gun just for fucking your fucking protection. You're not gonna jump up. You're not gonna try to fucking you're not gonna be a hero. You just be okay. If this guy comes my way, I'm gonna shoot him. You're going to have reverence for this life, which these people don't have. They're
Exactly.
They've got their heads so far up the ass of their fucking religion that they're pushing for their afterlife.
Muhammad. They got their head up the ass of Muhammad.
Head of the ass of Muhammad. They're pushing hard for their afterlife because they would much rather get their reward in the afterlife as opposed to having a fun and fruitful life here, having gay sex in a club in Orlando.
Yeah, they're not worshiping Allah. They think they are, but they're actually worshiping the man that created Allah, Muhammad, just like LeVay said, by proxy.
And here's the thing that I've always said, and it's a lot of people that I know, I'm friends with who are Christians.
Did you just drop your lipstick? What is that?
Yes, I did actually. A lot of friends of mine who are moderate Christians or moderate Muslims don't like it when I say this, but they're not Christians and they're not Muslims. The extremists, the ones who went flying fucking planes into buildings, shooting up Planned Parenthood, shooting up gay clubs, those are the ones that are actually strictly adhering to their faith. They're the ones that are following their book to the fucking letter. People who are moderates, they're not actually they are cherry picking the aspects of the faith that they enjoy and discarding the rest, which is awesome. They should do that, but it's not Christianity. It's not Islam.
Yeah, we have that same problem.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no,
they're not Satanists. Yeah.
Them. Yeah.
The pimple. Yeah.
Those fucking heads. You're the fucking two that had one of them on the other week.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was last week. That was like he agreed with us, man.
Yeah, I listened. I got through like half of that episode just because I got distracted. He was actually kind of intelligent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's
just not intelligent.
That's the problem with I think any religion obviously that has an afterlife that they cherish more. They diminish the life that's here. That they're not enjoying themselves because and sadly, I mean I've got a very Christian family and I've got a mother who's always said things like I can't wait till Jesus just takes me home, and I'm just like, why? How can you be so miserable? It's life's good.
Life is pretty goddamn awesome.
I mean, shit, you're white and you're taken care of. What are you worried about? What are you complaining about?
Slow down there, Grand Wizard. Jesus.
What was a white guy doing in the middle of the Middle East anyway?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Blue-Eyed Jesus.
Yeah, Blue-Eyed Jesus. Yeah.
Blue-Eyed Jesus. Sounds like a sentence.
Yeah, that could be a good one. Yeah.
Superstar.
Exactly. People don't understand people who claim to understand Christianity, claim to understand Islam. They don't. They just pick out the parts of the faith that suit them, and then they throw away the rest. I was friends with a guy.
Muhammad's Witness. Yeah.
Muhammad's Witness. Yes, that was actually his name. I was on his.
What's his band? It
was on his W-2, which is very fucking weird. He was Muslim, but he drank like a fucking fish. We would sit in his backyard and get hammered, and that is a big no-no. You don't drink.
Allah is blushing. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, dude, how do you reconcile the fact that you're drinking with Islam? And he's just like, whatever, dude. I'm like, okay, that's that. There's your regard for the tenets of your religion. That's about how much respect moderates have for their faith, which is fine. They shouldn't have to. It's a free country. We've got the First Amendment. You can call your faith whatever it is, but understand that you're not practicing the thing that you say that you're practicing.
Don't you find it strange sometimes when these types of people who don't take their own religion seriously and practice it to the full, the full tenets of that respective religion, they'll disregard it or disrespect it as much as they want to, but when you try to do it as a non-believer or a non-practicer of that religion, they'll defend it to the death.
Oh, of course, because
what is that?
Well, that has everything to do with identity. They identify as a Christian. They identify as a Muslim. Because let's be honest, thank fuck they don't practice it to the letter. Could you imagine if every Muslim practiced Islam to the letter?
I'd have no ammo left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you imagine if every Christian practiced fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, between the two of them, it'd be genocide.
Between if every Christian practiced Christianity to the letter, if every Muslim practiced Islam to the letter, there'd be there'd be no society left.
Or maybe they'd just kill each other and the world would be a better place.
Yeah, exactly.
There'd be fewer recruits anyway. So
right side Dorian comes back again. So again, thankfully they don't. But yeah, you're absolutely right. They cling to that identity, very much like certain pimple folks cling to the identity of Satanism without actually practicing it, and will defend to the till they're fucking blue in the face the fact that, oh no, this is what we are. No, it isn't. Shut up. Understand what you are. Understand what you're doing. It's fine what you're doing. Just be cognizant of what it is.
Yeah, you freaking cuckold.
Yeah. Cuckold, yeah. So let's talk about David Harris as a young David Harris.
Oh, do we have
can you give us a just not a extensive, but just tell us a little bit about where you came from and
your first homosexual experience. Yeah.
Here's a story I don't tell very often. It was actually sort of a little bit of foreshadowing for the rest of my life. When I was a day old, I peed on a nun.
How do you know that you did that?
My mother told me.
Oh,
nice.
My mother told me there's a Jesus.
Well, unlike the Jesus story, I actually believe that I would pee on even at 1 year old.
Good man.
But day old.
Yeah.
I think she was just changing my diaper, but yeah, I pissed on her. Yeah, so
nice.
A little bit of foreshadowing for the rest of my life. Yeah, it's really not my early life is not worth talking about. I've had way much more fun in the last 20 years than the first 20. I graduated high school. I went to college to study to be a music teacher. Decided I hated children and got into radio. I studied radio at SUNY Potsdam and graduated. Got my first gig in radio in upstate New York. I was subsequently fired because I got caught fucking the cleaning lady in the production studio.
My first job, I was fired for doing a similar thing. Yep. Whoops.
Oops.
What the hell? Sorry, bro. Sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry.
Station manager came to me as he was firing me and said, do you think you have a problem with sex addiction? I'm like, Jerry, I'm 20. Show me a 20-year-old that doesn't have a... I'm like, now that I'm 38, yeah, I have a problem with sex addiction. But you say you suffer with an addiction. This is not an addiction I suffer with. It's
right.
I quite enjoy it, actually.
If Heather doesn't have friction burn, then you do not have a problem with sex addiction. It's fine. You're fine.
And so got through college, go through my job. Right around that time, I joined the Church of Satan, and it was I had read the Satanic Bible. It was the second time I'd read it. I saw it the first time when I was 13. Read it again when I was 20. It was like, okay, yeah, this is what I am. And really, the rest was history. Moved home back to Long Island shortly after that, and met then Magister Gilmore for the first time in Magister Nadramia, and we hit it off immediately. They were from the moment I met them, they were just totally the most awesome people I'd ever met.
We know what you mean.
Yeah, we all go through it. every single one of us upon that first meeting was like, wow, they're the fucking coolest people.
I want to live with them. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I'll make breakfast. Fuck it. Yeah.
And I was maybe about 8 months after that that Peter came to me and said, hey, we've been approached by this website called freethoughtradio.com about doing a weekly internet radio show. Yeah. You have radio experience. Do you want to do it? And I don't think he even finished the sentence before I said yes. And that was Satanism Today. And that's
nice.
And that was how that came to be. And then just from there, just 16 years in this crazy thing we call the Church of Satan. And
very cool.
It's been a pretty goddamn fun ride.
Porn was the next logical step.
Porn was the next logical step.
Well, you say when he was younger, he was an eager beaver. Now he films them. It's awesome.
How long you been waiting to say that one?
4 seconds.
I guess guess in the interim there, I got away from doing Satanism Today. I did Hate Speech Radio. It's how Heather came into my life. So if nothing else, I have that show to thank for having my lovely bride.
Aw, she's sitting right there, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
It'd be a whole different interview if she wasn't home. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Tell her we said hi.
They say hi. She's like, they say lots of words.
Oh.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, and that's it was through that I got involved in stand-up comedy. Just working with Heather and getting comics throughout New York.
Tell us a joke, funny man.
No.
Vagina time.
Vagina Time was fun.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was a fun film to make because that actually stemmed from a real life incident where Heather actually said that on stage.
Those are the best, man. Yeah.
Just and literally and true to form, I'm in the back with the rest of the comics, and we're just like, what the fuck did she just say? What kind of fucking pandering bullshit is that? Literally that the entire the car ride scene where I'm breaking her balls about doing it, that all that actually happened. And then we kind of conceptual. I'm like, literally, I said, what if you started doing that and you became famous for it?
What you talking about, Willis?
That's funny.
I'm sorry, I'm getting the story right. Heather actually said that.
Ah.
See, there she goes again.
So she's sitting behind me to make sure that my memory is correct.
See, it's this time next year, man. It's gonna be sex, song, cinema, and Heather.
Heatherism, right? That's so funny.
Yeah, she's an advantageous woman.
Yeah.
Right on.
Oh, you guys are adorable together.
That's always been her thing. She likes to infiltrate boys' clubs.
That's cool.
That's why she got into comedy. Yeah, we are kind of cute, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're
Adorbs.
totes adorbs.
Awesome.
All right. What about what's the future projects? Got anything up your sleeve we don't know about yet? I know you were the official cameraman for the for the 50th, which, by the way, was of course good to see you there, and that was a fun. You were working like a horse, man, running back and forth.
It was, it was worth it. It was the stress and the blood pressure was totally worth it. It was tragic. I fucking shit myself when the laptop died during the.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know.
During the salons. Oh god damn it!
I know. I smelled it. It was crazy.
There was a trail.
It's running up. Yeah.
Oh, it was the worst. I'm like,
it's all good. Come on.
It all worked.
You're in a room full of Satanists. It's not like you're being judged.
It all worked. What are you gonna do? It's done. It's over.
Yeah, definitely.
I gotta cry about it. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah,
I don't think looking back, that's gonna be the thing people really think about. It's not the.
No.
That's not the stand-up moment to me, definitely. So.
No. It'll just be me alone at night in my bed thinking.
Oh yeah, you'll always curse yourself. Damn it!
For the next 20 years. So what do we got coming up? We got.
Did you get any good unofficial video from anyone?
There were some fun photos of the after party.
Nice.
Yeah, those remain in my phone.
You could text them to me.
I have no model releases.
I won't show anyone. Just text it to me. It's good.
Coming up, like I said, we just put out the we just literally, as we're recording this, like 2 hours before we started doing this, I put out the Holly Flynn's First Spanking Scene. That's up on the Clip Store right now. You find it through my website, David Harris Podcast. Click on the Fetish Films link. It's all there. folks who are fans of this show will recognize the stars of that film.
Yeah, all 6 of them.
For anyone who, speaking, we were talking about custom films before. On June 29th, I am shooting with 2 very lovely models whose photos you can see on my Twitter timeline, D Harris Podcast. Pandora, who was actually a guest on my podcast not too long ago, and Nadia White, who has a fun film coming out soon called Don't Fuck in the Woods.
Right, I remember seeing the trailer for that one.
Going to be Heidi Knights will also be there. So anyone who's interested in a custom film should email me at hnprods@gmail.
That's HNPRODS.
Yes, and I will quote you a price. My custom film starring either Nadia White, Pandora, Heidi Knights, or any combination of the 3.
So you'll do like a POV bull thing, right?
Pandora's box.
On Pandora's box. Oh shit!
We'll do anything as long as someone's willing to pay for it.
Yeah. I thought it was free, like a podcast.
No. Let's see what else we got. And just beyond that, I'm slowly but surely compiling and editing the footage from Conclave. So
nice, can't wait.
So that's coming along slowly, and I think that's what we got going. And then just more episodes of the podcast. So that's what is on my plate at the moment.
Very cool. Well, dude, it was cool having you on, man. It really, really was.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Absolutely, man. Love doing it.
Hey, wait, I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah.
What does Satan mean to you?
What does Satan mean to me? Satan to me means never having to say you're sorry unless you really mean it. To me, it's the ultimate way to live. It's the ultimate way to be. To live as a Satanist and to embody the idea of being a complete and total adversary to a world in which I do not fit. Is the only way that I think that I know how to live. That's really what it means to me.
Excellent.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
All right,
John. I mean, that's got to be what, number 30. It's got to be in the top 33 episodes.
Oh, without a doubt. And the joke's getting old, I think.
I know.
It has mold on it right now.
It's usually your joke, but yeah.
But it's just dead.
I didn't get the show notes that we're canceling.
We have to write a new joke.
There's that joke could cure fucking syphilis. There's so much.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Well, David, it was, like I said, it was amazing. And until next time, hail Satan.
Hail Satan. Thanks for having me on.
Well, that's gonna do it for episode 33, folks.
Yes,
that was a good show.
I liked it. David's always fun.
He's a wacky dude.
Yep, he's always fun.
Absolutely, yeah. And of course, nobody else was here, so it was a great show.
I might run some other things, but we'll figure it out.
Right on, cool, man.
All right.
So that's gonna do it.
Till next week.
Same bat time, same bat channel, something.
Yep. Bye, everyone.
Later.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.